Welcome to the video. This one's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to just be talking to you guys, to the camera, about my experience of being away from home for 16 of 18 days, what I've learned, and also like how some tips and advice for you guys. If you have a specific something coming up in your future that might be fairly similar, or even if it's just a weekend, you'll probably learn a little bit of something from this as well. So it all started June 8th. That was occasion number one, bachelor party, June 8th to June 11th, which is Thursday to Sunday. Then I got home that Sunday and I stayed home for Monday, Tuesday. Then I drove back out to Western North Dakota to the Badlands for my buddy Elliot. He does ultra marathons and he did a 150-mile ultra marathon, and I really wanted to be there and help him with that. And that was from June 14th to 18th. So that was a long stretch of time. And 3 of those nights I slept in the vehicle. Didn't have gym equipment or anything, which was kind of off grid. There wasn't much cell phone service either, which was refreshing. And then since I'm from Western North Dakota and I needed to be in Western North Dakota for a wedding the following weekend, I just stayed at my hometown at the farm where I grew up. And that was June 18th to the 23rd. And I slept in my childhood bedroom. It's refreshing to go back home and to just be on the farm. So, and then that weekend, like I said, wedding. So it was the same guy's bachelor party that I went to in Deadwood. It was his wedding again in Minot on the from the 23rd to the 25th. I was there. Slept in a hotel there. So during this 18 days, I slept in 6 different areas. Beds with sleeping in the passenger seat of the vehicle. So it was a very busy stretch of time. And I want to talk to you guys about like what my vision and goal was for it. Because I wasn't like signed up for any specific race or bodybuilding show. I didn't have a deadline with like a certain goal or anything like that. So I just wanted to take time to enjoy life and the moments, like be able to not be like restrictive versus like if I was signed up for, like I said, a race or a bodybuilding show, I would have been 100% dialed in and on track during all these times. Like it wouldn't have been optimal workouts. Actually, I probably wouldn't have went to help Elliot if I was signed up for a bodybuilding show because I wouldn't have had a gym. So a lot of it just depends on like what your current goal is. And since I just got done with my 24 hours of pull-up challenge and my bicep pulled that, I was just feeling like I should take some time off from the gym, especially since prior to this, it was at least a 6-year stretch where I don't think I went a week where I didn't have at least three workouts done in the gym, which is insane to think. And I'm very proud of that because so many times in the past, something like this would throw me completely off track, or so many certain occasions would throw me off track. And my goal during this time was to maintain, which I'm very happy with the outcome of it. But I want to talk to you guys about like how I maintained. So from a nutrition perspective, this is crucial. Like nutrition is always important. What you consume matters. And just because if you're not working out as optimally doesn't mean you can't make wise nutrition choices. So based off of what I learned through tracking and just like having a good solid nutrition background, I didn't track my food or anything, but I made sure I hit my protein goal at least, which is 180 grams of protein. That's just a good sweet spot for me. I'm not saying that's you. And the reason behind this is because eating enough protein is going to allow you to hold on to as much muscle mass as possible, especially without lifting. I knew I was going to be losing a little bit, but just by making sure I was eating enough protein helped me maintain as much as I possibly could without lifting. And the other daily nutrition habit that I had was to take my supplements, so my BPN Strong Greens and Strong Reds, and also Strong Joints and multivitamin. Like I said, just because I didn't have a super structured training plan, like it doesn't mean I can't prioritize nutrition. Nutrition is so important, especially like if you want to feel good and sleep good too. So from a fitness perspective, I didn't have access to a gym during any of this time. And that was part of why I was like, let's just go like a month. I went a full month without lifting. Maybe it was 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks without lifting. And it felt really good. I'm really happy I did it. Just because I think my body needed a reset after those 6 years. And the only working out that I did do was I averaged about 3 runs per week. And it wasn't significant mileage. I averaged about 10 miles per week, maybe. And also got on steps. That was my fitness. So I wasn't going to take progress photos because I knew I wasn't going to look as good by the end of this without being able to lift weights. Because if you're not lifting, you can't expect your body to like look different, or you can't expect definition to show. It's just gonna, like without weights, it's just gonna fade off in a way. So my goal was to maintain, but I just wanted to make it clear that like if I was signed up for a race, I would have absolutely been dialed in, even during the bachelor party and the wedding. But I would have had some drinks, but I wouldn't have like fully celebrated it the way that I did. Because there's just certain moments in life where does fitness matter way more than celebrating a certain friend's bachelor party or wedding? Like, to me, I'm completely content and okay with allowing fitness to take a back seat during certain occasions like that. Especially if it's like a really close friend and in the wedding. Like, I'm not gonna be a party pooper that doesn't enjoy it. A lot of people can say you could have fun without alcohol and all that. Like, I've heard that so many times, I'm sure you can imagine, but it for sure allows me and my friends to create more memories, and family even. So if you have a healthy relationship with it, like my past relationship with it was that I felt like I needed it to like socialize, and it also like made me feel liked. That was when I felt like people enjoyed being around me the most, was when I was drunk. So that's why I had an issue with it. So I was socially awkward, and I also wasn't confident with who I was when I was sober. But now, like I know for a fact I can be confidently sober during occasions like this because I forced myself to. I went through a stretch of time where I was completely sober, and I gained that confidence. So now, like implementing alcohol into my life again healthily it's been a very satisfying and rewarding moment. I've had certain slip ups, yes, but I'm just really I'm happy with where I'm at, and I like to show you guys the drinking because I know a lot of people struggle with it. I'm never going to say drinking's healthy. It will not make you progress, but I understand there's certain moments and things worth celebrating a little bit. So I'm all for it. Doesn't mean I'm going to get drunk every weekend. It has to be a moment that's more worth it. So yeah, that is how I went about the 16 of 18 days. 6 slept in 6 different locations, no gym equipment, and I just pretty much prioritized my nutrition, the basic habits of hitting my protein goal and taking my supplements. So it would have been extremely unreasonable for me to expect to make like progress in a certain area of my fitness during this time. And what I want you guys to take away from this video is just be okay with maintaining progress sometimes. Maintenance is a win during insane times like this. Busy times. Like I said though, if I was signed up for something specific, I would have been a lot more dialed in, and I would have absolutely said no to certain other things during the time, and I also would have had all my meals packed, everything. So it just depends on your current phase of life, and also just learning how to live life at your current state, your body's current state. Because so many people get into fitness and they get burnt out because they're like, if somebody's overweight, they try to start losing weight, which they do lose weight. And then after like a few months, a lot of times I see burnout happen, and then they completely quit. Versus if they went those couple months of being a lot more dialed in and then learning how to live at that current state and maintaining progress, and then jumping back into it again and progressing a little bit more, that's not going to be as overwhelming, and that's going to make it more of a lifestyle. So that's the way I like to approach things, just because I don't really see many like fitness coaches, trainers really talk about lifestyle as much. There's some, but a lot of it's more so to the extreme of being a lot more restrictive and not looking at it from a real life perspective. There's always something you can do to support your health and fitness. You're never off track. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I hope you learned a little bit of something, and I'll see you in the next. Cheers.